has a place yet to be found. But you could spend a lifetime running. You could spend a lifetime running. Do you feel the fire when the flame gets hot? Are you living every day like it's the last you've got? Will you sit beside when it all falls down? Watch it burn away. Have a little faith when the walls cave in. Pray for strength to fly against the wind. Will you walk away when the fire gets hot? We'll fight another day. Another your fractured heart, you disregard, it leaves you frozen still. The slow withdrawal from it all that keeps you unfulfilled. Will you spend a lifetime running? 'Cause you can spend a lifetime running. And do you feel the fire when the flame gets hot? Are you living every day like it's the last you've got? Will you step away when it all falls down? Watch it blown away. We'll be there with arms wide open. Be strong and love will lead you to fight another day. Even when your heart's been broken, we'll be there with arms wide open. Be strong and love will lead you to fight another day. Keep your head to the sun 'cause it's shining on you, on you. Keep your head to the sun 'cause it's shining on you. Keep your head to the sun. Oh, I'm sorry. I was back there getting hugs. You know how that goes, right? On Sunday morning. Good morning. I am Reverend Jackie Holland, and it is my honor, my privilege, my delight to welcome you here this morning to the Center for Spiritual Living. Be prepared for people to come in halfway through, because after all, many forgot to turn their clocks. What, was it back we had to do it? See? Did I just make my point? Welcome, 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 welcome. This morning we are so magnificently blessed by so many people who are supporting the Center for Spiritual Living this morning in service. First, you've already heard the dulcet tones of the magnificent Miss Jen Potcher, our guest vocalist this morning. Let's just give her a hand. On drums this morning, we have Mr. Bob Josephson, who is sitting in for our Phil Bowden, Phil is still in Atlanta, I think, visiting with grandbabies, right? Oh, he might be okay, he's watching tennis. Out of state. I see. On bass guitar, my favorite color guitar is Ted McClurg, of course, with us this morning, holding the low tones and keeping us all in line with our music and so much more. Our creative and musical director, Mr. Rex Miller. Oh, thank you so much to all of our amazing volunteers this morning on the soundboard, making us all sound good this morning. We have Rob Compton and his trainee, Miss Deborah Whitman. We have on the camera this morning Sean Kipper, our usher greeters, loving you, hugging you, and just making you feel welcome this morning, Beverly Ballard and Harold Whitman. Hospitality setup was Francis Ray and Miss Bev as well. Cookies were brought to us by Deborah Whitman, and today we are celebrating March birthdays as well with the cake from the church. I forgot that last Sunday was the first Sunday of the month. I don't know. So we don't want to forget you March birthdays. No, we don't want to forget you. So we're going to invite all of our March birthday people later to come up and we'll sing to you, but please join us after service for hospitality, for some cake. and some cookies. And for those of you who are at home watching us, sorry. It's a good cake. It's a Trey Leach cake. This week, Mary Board cleaned our church, made it all ready for you. And with our children this morning is Miss Kathy McLean. So let's just give all of our volunteers a hand. And if I have forgotten you or I didn't list your names, please know how much we love you and we support you and thank you. And thank you for your support and your love to the Center for Spiritual Living. So let's just let all of the business and all of the work of the church just slip away for us for a moment. And let's just allow our hearts to open. As we breathe in, consciously connecting to our perfect bodies, breathing into our healthy lungs, opening our hearts to greater love, greater presence, greater joy. Truly, there is the power of love that lifts us, supports us, sustains us, and guides us. Always. Always. We take a deep breath in as we prepare our hearts, our minds, our spirits to receive the word spoken through our practitioner of the day, Miss Loretta Knowles.
Good morning, beloved community, beloved family. It is my honor to introduce Mike Lamott, who will light the world religion's candles from the Christ candle. In religious science, we perform this ceremony to acknowledge that all people and all faiths come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. In lighting these candles, we honor one family of humanity, made up of over 4,000 religions and spiritual traditions throughout the world. We light our first candle for the Christian faith, which teaches the Christ consciousness is the path of love. We light the second candle for Islam. Their chief religious discipline is prayer. Here we learn, treat people kindly in the world and you will have kindness. We light the third candle in honor of Taoism. It is pointed out, can you not see that wisdom is trust, goodness is acceptance, and contentment is simplicity? We light the fourth candle for Buddhism. The goal of Buddhism is to let go. We light this candle for release. The fifth and final candle honors new thought, letting go of all that opposes your purpose, a reliance on the law of God, and an unqualified trust of spirit. Let us quiet our minds and open our hearts to the message being sung by Jen Potcher.
to be consoled, but to console, not to be seen, but to see, not to love, but to love. For when we give love, we will receive. When we forgive, love will find reprieve. It isn't dying, will be released. Make me an instrument of peace. Of
So let us pray by closing our eyes and opening up every portal of consciousness, allowing in the deepest, most expansive awareness of love's presence, knowing that love truly is all that there is. The infinite, eternal, all-inclusive divine love of God is animating every aspect of creation. And right here in me, I know that God is. And what I know for myself, I claim and accept for each and every one of us here in this sacred sanctuary, on YouTube, all of those that are in our lives and beyond, that there is only love. And this love goes on and on and on forever and beyond that. And as I surrender the focal point of consciousness that I am to this love, all is added unto me, and this is true for each and every one of us. And so right here in this moment, I bless this service. I bless all of those volunteers who have already come together to create this sacred sanctuary of divine love, of all-inclusive, beautiful peace. And I know that it is this presence and power of perfect love that speaks the word so beautifully through Reverend Jackie today, knowing that truly God is all that there is. And for all of this knowing, gratitude wells up from the ground of all being as I release this word into the law with a complete and commanding faith of God. And so it is. And together we say, Om.
Om.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Shanti.
Shanti.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Aho.
Aho.
And so it is.
And so it is. Amen. Amen. As many of you know, this week, Barbara Diamond made her transition. So many of you know Barbara. She sat right there and there, always in these two spots. And when the music came on, she was the first one to stand up and dance. Our church is deeply grieving and deeply mourning the loss of our dear friend, my sister. I don't have enough words to say. We're not doing the memorial service today because we're coming together in love today to do church. But we are honoring her today. Most people who knew Barbara knew that she absolutely loved to dance, that she danced at any opportunity. Almost, it did not matter what the music was. the woman would dance. She said to me last Sunday at around 1:30, because she stayed here so late in the sanctuary, and we were talking and talking and talking, and then we talked for another 20 minutes out in the parking lot after she left. I mean, it was just one of those days where we just had so much to say to each other. She said, I just don't understand why people in this church don't get up and dance. And I said, it's Boise, Idaho, Barbara. But you have to set the way for us. So this morning, in honor of Miss Barbara Diamond.
Get your fill to eat, but always keep that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance, and never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making. Don't let some hell-bent heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than just a passing glance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, dance. I hope you 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 just
Let's stand back up for a moment and turn to someone, and if you are comfortable, give them a hug. If you're comfortable. those of you who are at home, we're just holding you right where you are as well. Just know that we're dancing with you and holding you in our hearts. Thank you for being with us this morning. Thank you. Now let's just take a deep breath together. Deep cleansing breath. And everybody look up here and let me see you smile. Because we know the sunshine is a little dimmer today because the sunshine, we called her the sunshine of the church. That's what we thought of Miss Barbara Diamond, of course, the sunshine of the church. And the sunshine is dim today. And in time, our hearts will heal and we will be able to smile and dance at her memory and give thanks. We will keep you posted about her memorial service, which will involve the things she loved the most, eating and dancing. We'll let you know about that very soon as her family is coming to terms. I do want to say this was a tragic accident and situation that has happened. Barbara would tell us today, dance as if nobody was watching, sing as if no one were listening, and live every day as if it was your last. Dance as if nobody's watching you, sing as if nobody's listening to you, and live every day as if it is your last. That's an old Irish saying that my mother used to say quite a bit to us. And of course, this Friday is St. Patrick's Day, a day when we will go out and we'll eat corned beef cabbage, probably the only time of the year that you eat it, probably. Maybe the cabbage, I don't know, but we'll celebrate it. But all week long, I have been thinking, live every day as if it were your last. And I have been thinking about the amazing, beautiful, magnificent gifts from Barbara. And as I said, we're not doing the memorial service here, but I'm just saying that one of the gifts was to live your life absolutely to the fullest, to the hilt. Absolutely. As if there is no tomorrow, because really we don't know, do we, if there is no tomorrow. So this Friday, I encourage you, be like I am, a Scotch-Irish. Be Scotch-Irish. And if you're not, pretend you are. And go out and drink some of that green stuff. I don't drink the green beer, but go on and drink it and have fun and live your life. In my family, because we are truly Scotch-Irish, March was a big month. I think we celebrated St. Patrick's Day every single day of the month. The luck of the Irish, what does that really mean? How silly is that? What are the signs of good luck? You all know what they are. There's that horseshoes. There's that you have to put up so that the luck won't fall out, right? You have to put it up. There's the rabbit's foot, which I never felt was very lucky for the rabbit, but I don't know. Somehow it got to be a sign of good luck. The four-leaf clover, which I looked and looked and looked and found once in my life. 2 shooting stars in one night, and so on and so on. My mother used to say, see a pin and pick it up all day long, you'll have good luck. What, like pins are just laying around and they have imbued in this metal thing luck? I don't know, but she believed it. And boy, she would bend over and she'd pick up every penny that she saw and every pin that she saw. I'm talking P-I-N. Losing one's wedding ring, I guess, depending on who you're married to, is considered bad luck. For me, frankly, it was good luck. But hey, what are unlucky signs? I don't know. 2 spoons in a saucer is bad luck. Rocking an empty cradle is bad luck. A black cat crossing your path is bad luck. Walking under a ladder. A bird flying into your house. Oh man, in the South, if a bird flies down your chimney in your house, you rush to the church fast. No, my mother would panic when a bird would fly in. Okay. Now look, I don't believe in fate. I don't believe in luck. I don't believe in chance. I don't believe in happenstance. I believe in God and in an orderly universe that is supportive, that is for us, that supports us and loves us. But aren't we silly when it comes to what we believe or what we don't believe is luck? It was sort of an unwritten rule in our house that we didn't use the word luck. My mother would say there's no such real thing as luck. You're blessed. You're blessed. So we use the word blessed all the time. Blessed. When something great happens, my mother would say, oh, aren't you blessed? Aren't you blessed? Not aren't you lucky? For in her mind, it denoted a divine intervention or connection by God in your life. But there was always a separation in what she said. You're blessed by God as a separate entity other than yourself. There was no understanding that God was within us, that God is all around us. In my house, it was that God either loved you or God didn't love you, and you were either blessed or you were cursed by this entity that was sitting up in the sky and writing lists of good and bad deeds, much like Santa Claus around Christmas. And your circumstances in life depended on whether God loved you enough to bless you. The main question here, I think, that we ask ourselves is, do things happen by random chance? Just like Barbara's passing this week. Random, chance, luck, bad luck, good luck, happenstance, circumstances. If you believe that everything happens by random chance, then you can say that people are lucky or unlucky. But if they do not happen by chance, isn't it wonderful that we have a word that we can use like blessed that covers everything? We're blessed. We're blessed. In Rabbi Harry Kushner's book, When Bad Things Happen to Good People, he says this: God does not will bad things to happen to people. The pandemic was not the will of God, in spite of what some well-meaning, pious people probably said to those grieving families that buried their dead. God's will was not Barbara Diamond's death. God does not will bad things on good or bad people. This is not the way of a loving, inclusive God that we know and that we believe. Barbara's death was not the will of God. It was a tragic, horrifying accident. Call it what we want. In religious science, we teach that our life is mostly the result of what we believe, where we send our energy, where we send our focus, or lack of. But many of us keep insisting, many people keep insisting that our fate is in the hands of some vast roulette wheel. That when the number comes up, your number comes up. That's it, that's it. We believe, many people believe that it's all a matter of chance. Many still believe in luck. Luck has become our way, luck, good luck or bad luck, has become our way of explaining ourselves, explaining our world, and explaining the good and bad things that happen to us, the good and bad things that come our way. In other words, when we use the term luck in our life, we're playing victim. It's not my fault, as my Macintosh computer likes to say to me when I hit the wrong key. We're playing victim when we think of luck as controlling our lives. And I talk about this every March because it's a perfect time to talk about it, and yet with the tragic events that have happened in our life this week, it's another way for us to look at this whole idea that we live in a supportive, loving universe. Luck is not involved in it. How do you explain the popular gaming industry around the world? Listen, lotteries are successful in America despite the ridiculous odds. Although somebody had to win those billions of dollar lotteries, and one person really did. I'd like to meet that person. I remember the story of a man who invested $30 a week in the lottery over a number of years, and his accumulated cost of his tickets was over $100,000. His investment advisor said to him, you know, if you had invested that $30 every week instead of buying lottery tickets, you'd be a millionaire right now. Well, maybe not in today's market, but anyway, this is what his investment advisor told him. But no, he would rather trust luck. He'd rather trust in chance. It's interesting to me. Now, I occasionally will buy a lottery ticket because I think somebody's got to win, and why not me? So far, I'll play victim. I have had bad luck. Both biblical faith and science question this notion of luck. The French scholar Blaise Pascal noted that science shows there are certain laws of probability, but never anything in the world that could be called chance. Chance, or luck, he wrote, is only what appears when we observe circumstances at close range. When we look at the circumstances in our life at close range, we say, oh, that was a matter of luck. You throw a quarter up in the air enough times, luck does not account to why 50% of the time it will be heads up or heads down. It's not luck. It's not luck. The word luck never appears anywhere in the Christian Bible. That was an interesting thing to me, and I double-checked that on Google, and Google never lies. The word chance, the word luck never appears in the Christian Bible anywhere. The word chance appears only a few times in the New Testament, and that seems odd given that those were very popular words in the Greco-Roman world the time when this book was written, the Bible was written. Sometimes when we say it's just bad luck, we're trying to absolve ourselves from our own culpability in the events that are happening in our life. It's just bad luck, we say to ourselves. That tire flat was just bad luck. Never mind that I did not pick the piece of glass up in my driveway that caused my tire to go flat. It was just my bad luck. In other words, we play victim to luck. It's not my fault. It's not my responsibility. It was bad luck. And so if that's the truth, then the good things that happened into our lives, we will take credit for. See, I worked hard for that, man. I did good on that. It's mine, by my sweat, by my focus. Why? If you believe in bad luck, then you got to believe in good luck. Take responsibility. The truth of the matter is that our lives are always busy moving somewhere, whether we take responsibility for their direction or not. Our lives are always moving somewhere, whether we take responsibility for its direction or not. We're busy opening doors and closing doors all the time. We are the architects of our life. We've made certain decisions about our past. We've invested our time and energy and money in ways that make our future a probability, which eliminates other possibilities. We made the choices. Our current infatuation with luck is of one piece with our contemporary unwillingness to take responsibility. If the world is a matter of luck or chance, then what can anybody do about it? And that's why we're where we are today. Because there's nothing we can do about it. It's not my responsibility. It's not my fault. It was bad luck we elected those officials. It was bad luck that those people are now making laws we can't live with. No. This was not chance. This was not luck. This was our inability to take responsibility for our future. I've learned that there's a huge difference between thinking I'm lucky and feeling that I'm blessed. And the difference is a mindset, a consciousness. Feeling blessed, saying that I am blessed, connects me with the source of all life. Being lucky, when I say I'm lucky, it's just throwing away any control, any possibility that I have, that my life can be changed through my thinking, through my direction. But when I keep myself in the mindset of being blessed, because then I know that things always happen for a reason. Things happen for a reason, as I'm grappling with this week. I don't know what the reason is. I have no words to comfort you because I have very few words to comfort myself right now. But I believe with all of my heart that even though I do not know and cannot know right now, I believe with every fiber of my being that everything happens for a reason. Last night, I had to go to the store, and it was fairly late. It was like around 9:30. I had been moving the rest of the stuff out of my old house yesterday, thanks to some really good friends, and got my house cleared out finally. And it was a long day, but I had to go get the birthday cake for today. And when I went to the store, there was nobody in the bakery, which was a little odd, even at that time, at this particular store. But I went up to the front and I said to this lovely lady, "Can you help me in the bakery?" She said, "Well, we don't have anybody." And she looked like she had been crying. And I said, "Oh, I can see that." I was a little sharp, I'm afraid. And I said, "I can see that, but I really need a cake for tomorrow. It's my church birthday Sunday." And she said, "Okay." And then she went back and helped me. And as she was helping me with the cake, she said, "I'm so sorry, there's nobody here. But the 18-year-old young man who worked in the bakery at this time of night died last night from a heart attack. 18 years old, he had had a bad heart." This woman and I stood for almost an hour. I told her about Barbara. She told me about this young man. And I said to myself, I trust in you could tell she was quite a Christian woman, and she was talking to me about the divine plan, and I was talking to her about divine plan, and it was just a beautiful moment of very different people coming together in this thing called grieving. And we both said the same words at the same time. We have to trust God's plan here. We have to trust God's plan here for us, to make us stronger, to make us better, to make us remember, and to keep alive the goodness that has been shared with us through those two people. I thought to myself, now this is part of the plan, that two people can come together who don't know each other and grieve. What a beautiful moment. I think you kind of had to be there, but it was a wonderful, wonderful moment. In Colossians 3:25 says this: "If anyone who does wrong will be repaid for his wrong, and there is no favoritism." This is indication that there is no such thing as luck. If anyone does anything wrong, they will be repaid. If you do something good, you will be repaid. In religious science, we call it the law of cause and effect. That what we believe comes back to us. Who we are, who we speak, what we do, what we believe in will come back to us. There is no luck. There is no chance. The Bible has a lot, however, to say about being blessed. It has a lot to say about being cursed. There are rules and regulations in the Bible for everything. You know this. There are laws in our country about everything, and some that are not so good. We have laws that help us regulate the way we drive. If we drive the wrong way down a one-way street, we will be repaid for making the wrong decision there. Another example would be that if you remember when you lived in your parents' home, I don't care how old you are, you will have a parent who says, like mine, as long as you put your feet under my table, you will follow my rules. You will follow my rules. Rules are simply ways to keep us in line. They're not curses. They're not curses. Universal law, if we bring ourselves into alignment with it, will bring to us that which we have brought ourselves into alignment with. So this St. Patrick's Day, don't be saying the luck of the Irish to somebody. The luck of the Irish to you, what does that mean? The Irish had it pretty bad for a long time. Don't be cursing me. But think about St. Patrick, the person that we really idolize on St. Patrick's Day. Never think about him the rest of the year. But St. Patrick, he was a slave. He was a Christian slave, and he was freed. That's a whole nother talk to tell you about. But the story, which really is not true, but we love the story anyway, was that St. Patrick, when he was freed, he raised his staff and he banished all the snakes from the island. Well, first of all, there were no snakes on the island. I'm sorry to tell you all that. But really, metaphorically, what this is about, metaphysically, what this is about is that he raised his consciousness. He raised his staff of belief. He raised his mindset. He raised his consciousness to a higher level. That's the story of St. Patrick's Day. That's what we should be doing, raising our consciousness to a higher level and coming into alignment with a universal law that says, as you believe, so it will be. But not just what you say you believe, not just the words that come out of your mouth, not the things you want to believe. The one thing we knew about Barbara Diamond is that when she opened her mouth and she said something, you could book it. You could book it as truth. You knew it was truth. Because sometimes some of the things that she said were a little tough to take, or maybe that was only to me. But I'm just saying, when she opened her mouth, it was for a blessing. It was never for a curse. Never. I never heard her, and this is true, I never, in the 8 years that I knew that woman and counseled with her and loved her, heard her say a curse or a bad word about anybody. Never. That's what we should be remembering. Not cursing, not the luck of the Irish. We have to remember that as we believe, so shall it be. I have a lot more to say, but I don't want to. Is that okay? I just don't want to. Dance as if nobody was watching. Sing as if nobody were listening. And live every single day of your life as if it is your last. Take a deep breath with me as Loretta joins us for prayer. Today we are holding so many people in the church in our consciousness. JJ and Cheryl, JJ Bullock and Cheryl Houdon are home with COVID, very light case, and they are blessed. They are blessed for that. We're holding our beloved Barbara Valera in our hearts and minds as she is recovering as well. And we know for our beloved Barbara Diamond's family. And when I say that word, I don't mean birth family. I mean the people that she brought into her heart and made you her family. We're holding all in our prayers and in our hearts. Let us pray.
So as we close our eyes and lift up our consciousness to the highest mountain peaks of consciousness, allowing the vibration within to soar to the highest frequency possible, absolutely knowing that the all-sufficiency of God appears in me and in each and every one of us as perfect peace, divine love, perfect wholeness, eternal life, grace, light, wisdom, this one presence, this one power that is all that there is, reveals itself in this very moment, in this sacred sanctuary, as all of these beautiful beings in our community and in the world and beyond who are calling for a deeper awareness of love's presence, bringing all into our hearts right here as we gather together in community, knowing that there truly is more than enough love in this very room to heal the entire world, because the love that is within each heart is infinite and eternal. So as we fan the flames into a brilliant bonfire of divine love, allowing it to spread out into the world, knowing that this truly is what leads us in every moment. And so with hearts filled with gratitude, these words are released with a faith of God that is infinite and eternal. And so it is. Amen.
Amen. Or as my teens used to say, a man, a woman, a person, a child. I just love that. Let's just take a deep breath together. If you are visiting with us for the first time, we want you to know we never consider you a visitor, but we consider you a new friend. And we really, really hope that you will stay after service and get to know this spiritual community. So many wonderful people here, so many amazing, loving souls. And stay after for some coffee and some hospitality. And okay, the cake is ready, so we'll go ahead and do that now. If you have a March birthday, where are the March birthdays? Come on up. Come on up. Even the camera guy, come on up. Come on up, please. Come on up. All you March birthdays. Yes, look at this. Come on in. Cake, come on in, cake. Come on in. And everybody, the birthdays can come and stand right here. I know, embarrass everybody. Just embarrass them to death. Come on, please. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Everybody, March birthdays. You may make an affirmation. Would you pass these to people? Make an affirmation. We never say make a wish because what? There is no luck. And you may. Have you made your affirmations? All right. Happy birthday, you guys. And to all of you March birthdays that are not here, we wish you the best year you have ever had. So many blessings to you this year. So birthday people, you get yourself over there and get some cake, and everybody else can then get some cake as well. It's really quite a good cake. So this is our conscious giving time, and as we are preparing our gift, our offering, I just want to remind you of a few things. That first of all, we have all of my stuff gone from my table. We have, if you are wanting prayer after church, for those of you who are in the sanctuary, you can complete a prayer request form that looks like this, that's in the front of the pocket, and you can okay, where am I? You can fill out a prayer request form and put it in the offering basket or in the prayer chest that's out in the lobby. For those of you who are online, you can send your prayers to prayers@cslboise.org. Prayers@cslboise.org. And your confidential prayer request will be prayed on for 30 days or more by our practitioner corps beginning this afternoon. Or you can put your prayer right into the live feed. Or for everybody, you can also call our prayer line at 208-375-0791. That's 208-375-0791. And Loretta will pick up those prayer requests and get them out to the prayer team as well. There are many, many, many ways to receive prayer. And those of you who are here today are blessed to be able to receive prayer with Loretta Knowles in the prayer room right at the end of the west hallway. At the end of this hallway, Loretta will be waiting to pray with you, what we call our 1-minute miracles. Please know that all of our practitioners, and I think they're coming up on the feed right now, but if they're not, you can go to cslboise.org. cslboise.org, and you can get the list of our practitioners and call them. They are ready to pray with you at any time, as is the ministerial staff of this church as well. Just a couple of announcements as you are preparing your gift, your offering. The first announcement is next Sunday. Next Sunday, immediately after church, we have our annual community meeting called the annual membership meeting, but it's not just for members, it's for everyone. Right after church, there will be a light lunch, sandwiches and soup and some stuff. Right after lunch, then you'll stay for a meeting. We really want you to stay. Feed into your leadership what you want this church to grow into in the next few years. So we invite you all to come to the membership meeting. If you are not a member, you still come. You just cannot vote, and that's fine. But if you want to become a member of this church, step out and say, I am a member of this church, and I am proud to be a part of this spiritual community. I want to support it with my time, my talent, my treasure. Then you can fill out a prayer request form that looks like this. They are located on the table in the lobby, and you can then be a member. So what else? Oh, yes, and our Awakening Wednesdays, I want to remind you that on Wednesday, yoga begins at 5:30, all levels. Even if you've never done yoga before, you are welcome to come. There's chair yoga, there's floor yoga, there's, I guess, all kind of yoga. You can come and feel better and balanced after yoga. That begins at 5:30. At 7 o'clock, we have our Course in Miracles group that meets and reviews some amazing spiritual tools to change your life. Course in Miracles and Religious Science walk arm in arm. They are first cousins, and we are so delighted to have a Course in Miracles group here on Wednesday nights. On Tuesday nights, beginning at 7:15, from 7:15 to 8:30, we have our 12-step program. It is called our 12-step Bridge Group. This is a 12-step group for addiction of any kind, where we take the amazing principles of the 12-step program and we marry them with religious science into a beautiful support group. So you are invited to that on Tuesday nights. Please continue to know for this community that life is good, that our hearts will heal, and that all is love. Thank you so much. If you are interested in e-giving, you can text to give to 208-782-4202. That's 208-782-4202. There's also mobile giving, and we're putting online, so I don't have to repeat it here in the sanctuary, for those of you who are at home, the ways that you can give through text giving, mobile giving. We actually even receive good old-fashioned money. We still do. Please join us for hospitality. I know I've said it again, but thank you. We have so many children in our youth group today, and we are absolutely thrilled to have all the young people in our children's church. Barbara was head of our nursery. And at this point, she was the only volunteer in our nursery. And so there is a huge hole in our hearts, not only at her loss as our friend, but a hole in this church. If you are drawn to working with the babies up to age 3 or 4, then please see me, and we can talk about what that could look like. You wouldn't be responsible every week. We would find people to help you. We have children in this church that are waiting for your love, waiting for your hugs, waiting for you to be there. But I'm leaving the nursery closed for a little while. I just need to keep it closed for a couple of weeks. Let's just take our gift, our offering in our hands. And I didn't check the mailbox this morning. I'm so sorry. I too kind of lost time this morning. But just know that for all of you who have sent your checks in through either bill pay or your personal checks, how grateful we are. On behalf of the entire congregation and the Board of Trustees, I say thank you for your support, your financial support, and your volunteerism. So let's just take our gift, our offering in our hands, and know with me that this represents the eternal givingness, the overflow, and the love of God itself in and through its beloved. And how blessed we are to be able to return a portion back to our church, back to our spiritual center, as we consciously give. In the old days, tithing, whatever word works for you, consciously give to support your spiritual community. Say thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, life. As together we say, divine mind, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is. Amen. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Jen Potcher.
Your private room, you've been picking out the scars of some old wounds. You're covering up the sorrow like it's your best friend, thinking it's an inescapable end. See the light shining on the wall, it's gonna shine through the nightfall. Can't you see a window of hope, shining the light on every problem? A window
you so much, Jen. And would everyone please stand? May we all go in the light, as the light, and with the light. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. Have a beautiful week, everyone.
Thank you.